Okay, so it's been a hot minute since I've actually made a Miraculous Ladybug video, and that is mostly due to my own personal life. But because of that fact, I'm also not caught up with the season as of now, so here's what I'm gonna do. Starting with Dark Castle, I want each episode to get its own video. This won't exactly be a review per se, but it is going to be an overview of my thoughts and opinions, as well as analysis on the lore and the story of the episode. I think this would be a really fun way to catch up with the series, as well as just giving me a chance to make videos on my favorite show. Also, it just gives me time to do something while we're waiting for season 7. So without further ado, here is a deep dive into Miraculous Ladybug Season 6, Episode 7, The Dark Castle. Now, The Dark Castle as a whole is one of those low stakes kind of episodes, an episode where the characters face minimal danger or very few consequences, and because of that fact, this might be one of my favorite episodes of the season. Since season 4, and I guess to an extent season 3, most episodes have had lasting consequences for the story. They've been linked to a degree, whether it's one thing leading to another or something like that. An episode like this has to be entertaining enough so that it keeps the viewer's attention while the story itself isn't necessarily progressing. Getting into the episode proper, The Dark Castle is an Alex-focused episode, focused around her birthday, and of course the fact that she's Bunnix and thus has to stay in the burrow. Side note, stupid decision on Ladybug. Okay, I get why. I get why keeping her identity from Monarch, or keeping the Miraculous itself even in the burrow, but why did we have to tell everyone about that? It's a stupid decision. In hindsight, just say she's off in Brazil. Heck, Luca is in Brazil right now. Just say she's somewhere else. Say she's off to a different school or something. That way she can stay in the burrow until Monarch is defeated. Now that her identity is revealed, she still has to stay in the burrow. I get that it's because the Rabbit Miraculous is just really powerful, but again, it was a stupid decision and it keeps her away from friends and family. Anyways, back to the episode proper. Since this is a Bunnix-centric episode, it's almost perfect for this kind of low-stakes episode. Again, like I said earlier, if you're going to do low stakes, it has to be entertaining. And this is time travel. We're dealing with time hijinks. This is going to be entertaining. And we immediately see those time hijinks as we see a future version of Marinette come to the past, giving her past self the idea to take Alex's place in the burrow. I'm recording that and just now realizing how convoluted that sounds. The future version of Marinette isn't really the future. It's a few minutes into the future before she goes into the past to give her the idea, which makes you wonder who the first one was. Anyways, Marinette ends up doing this idea, taking Alex's place in the burrow while she spends her birthday with her friends and family. The whole thing reminds me of the comic Superman Man of Tomorrow number 12. It's a comic in where Superman takes the place of the Titan Atlas so he can go to his daughter's wedding, which is sort of similar to what Marinette is doing here. Obviously, it's nothing one-to-one, but it's still very similar, and seeing Miraculous take an approach like this and applying it to Alex just feels so wholesome to me, and the fact that they're doing anything like this to begin with, it's definitely interesting, and I like it a lot. Oh, and of course, since Marinette is taking Alex's place, this means we of course get to see new suits. So I want to talk about the new suits for a minute because I absolutely adore the new hero suits we get in this episode. In my opinion, the designs of the suits play extremely well off of each other, from color to overall design. They also just they look really cute. I'm sorry, Marinette looks really cute in these outfits. They even change her hair to match it. It's just really cute, and I absolutely love it. So yeah, I really enjoyed these designs, and personally, I prefer the Bunny Net design we get later. Bunnybug looks fine, I just prefer Bunny Net, and it even incorporates Marinette's vest thing, or whatever she wears. So again, I like it a lot. Seriously though, what is it with the Rabbit Miraculous and just improving suits? First we get Rabbit Noir, now we get Bunnybug and Bunny Net, and I guess if you want to count Chronobug too, I mean, I'm counting Chronobug. It's time travel, technically counts. And I really liked how that worked with all the neon stuff, so yeah, really good stuff. Anyways, after the Bunnybug transformation, we get to the scenes where Alex is with her friends and family celebrating her birthday. It's all good stuff, but we also get my favorite part of the episode here, aka Marinette just screwing with the timeline for the purpose of giving Alex the best birthday ever. To me, this is the highlight of the episode. It's just so entertaining to see Marinette trying to help her ways in the most Marinette way possible. This also leads to by far my favorite scene of the episode. Marinette causes a butterfly effect so bad, it rivals the likes of the anti-fairies and causes planetary annihilation. Okay, not only is this scene funny, but it really shows how careful the holder of the Rabbit Miraculous needs to be, because if they're not careful, it can easily lead to a situation like this. And on that note, it's just really nice to finally see a visual representation of this. As viewers, in all the Bunnix episodes, we've always been told you can't mess with the timeline, but we've never been shown what that looks like, or at least it's rare to see scenes like that. So I like that we finally get a visual representation, and of course it's Marinette. Why else wouldn't it be? This is like the season of Marinette mistakes. Of course she's gonna screw with the timeline. Oh, and before I continue, there's this delicious bunny-themed cake. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's vanilla. I don't know if it's blueberry, but I want it. Animated food just looks so good, and it is no different here. Real shame it goes to waste. Anyways, during her guarding of the timeline, Bunnybug notices an akumatized villain, which I really thought was gonna be Alex's brother or her father, especially since Jaleel, I think that's his name, kept getting upset throughout the episode, and the father even kept getting upset calls, so either one of them could have been akumatized. It's actually a pretty decent red herring. Again, I thought the akumatized villain was going to be more involved with Alex, maybe even pulling Bunnix in for a fight, but it doesn't. Good red herring though. The villain's still set up, just not as great in my opinion. Anyways, to go deal with it, Marinette transforms back into Ladybug, leaving her future self, aka Bunny-Net, to guard the burrow in her place. And I don't know what it is, but before sending her off, she's kinda sassy, like Bunny-Net. I don't know what it is, but Bunny-Net just kinda gave off sassy vibe. Maybe it's the eye, maybe it's the tone, maybe it's how she just takes the miraculous before Ladybug does her spiel of Marinette Du Panchang, I trust you at this miraculous. I mean, you guys are the same person. She knows the drill. Again, don't know what it is, but I definitely like it. As for the akumatized villain himself, he's fine. Nothing outstanding or anything. It's just fine. Kind of just fills in the monster of the week part of the episode. One thing I will say though is I absolutely love the camera angles here. Seriously, the animators must have been having a blast because we get a lot of dynamic angles that we typically don't see, helped by the fact that the akumatized villain is just literally a castle. All great stuff in terms of like fighting, and also a weird message for monarchy, I guess. I don't know. Kind of neat though. Kind of just feels like it was just there for monster of the week type thing, but really dynamic stuff, and I love it. Anyways, as the episode begins to wrap up, Alex returns to the burrow, and there's this nice scene where Marinette offers to take Alex's place permanently, doing so out of guilt for her decisions during evolution, as well for the fact that she failed to secure the butterfly miraculous last season. It's a great scene. We get some cockiness from Alex, some witty banter, I guess, ending with Alex proclaiming herself as Bunnix. And again, let's be real, Alex can still time travel. She's not trapped in the burrow, and she probably likes it. We also see she has like 2 other versions of herself. It's not like she's alone or anything. She probably treats it more like an adventure, if anything. The episode ends with Marinette returning home, circling back to that one scene where she's called upon to be Bunny-Net. Man, do I kind of feel bad about Marinette. She's like pulling double shift, damn. Overall, I think The Dark Castle was a great episode. It wasn't that relevant to the overarching story, but it didn't need to be. It was a nice low stakes episode that gives a break from the larger story beats, while reminding us that there's a bigger story at play. Speaking of which, the Lila scene at the end. This is the one thing I like made sure in my notes to mention, because there's a scene where Lila says she wasn't there. Again, it's nothing major, but it's reminding us that Lila is a looming, overarching threat. Definitely larger than Gabriel ever was. She's being smarter, and is getting closer and closer by each episode to figuring out who Ladybug is. Again, nothing major, but it's a reminder that she's out there. And oh boy, when her plans come to fruition, it's gonna be interesting. Aside from that, I don't really have that much more to say about the episode. The episode overall was a nice change of pace, had a lot of interesting, even funny scenes, and of course, that battle, very dynamic, loved that. With that being said, I hope you all enjoyed this. Hope my thoughts weren't too chaotic, too unorganized, and I really hope to make more of these in the future. But for now, I will see you all in the next one. Bye!